Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Let's dive right into Operation Anaconda. In the wake of the September 11th attacks, the world's eyes were on Afghanistan, the suspected hideout of Osama bin Laden and his al-Qaeda network. When the world woke to the horrifying scenes of the World Trade Center and the Pentagon under attack, a new chapter in global history was written. The date, September 11th, 2001, would forever be etched into our collective memory, representing a moment when the world's most powerful nation was brought to its knees by an act of unprecedented terror. The perpetrators? A terrorist organization known as al-Qaeda, led by the elusive Osama bin Laden. In the aftermath of these attacks, the world's focus turned to Afghanistan, a country that had been ravaged by decades of war and civil unrest. This was no random choice. US intelligence had reason to believe that bin Laden and his al-Qaeda network had found refuge in Afghanistan under the protection of the Taliban regime. A regime that had gained notoriety for its harsh interpretation of Islamic law and its refusal to hand over bin Laden to international authorities. The global community reacted with outrage, and an international coalition was formed, united by a common purpose: to bring al-Qaeda to justice and dismantle their terrorist network. This marked the beginning of the war in Afghanistan. This was not just a war against a particular group or a specific person. It was a war against an ideology that justified violence and terror to further its cause. As the coalition forces set foot in Afghanistan, they faced a daunting task. The rugged, mountainous terrain and the complex tribal dynamics of Afghanistan presented unique challenges. Moreover, the enemy was elusive, hiding in the shadows of the very society they sought to control. Amidst this complex and volatile scenario, there emerged a mission that would set the tone for the coalition's efforts in Afghanistan. A mission that was as daring as it was crucial. This was Operation Anaconda, a military operation designed to root out al-Qaeda and Taliban fighters from their strongholds in the eastern part of Afghanistan, specifically the Shah-i-Kot Valley. This tense setting was the backdrop for Operation Anaconda, a mission designed to root out these terrorists where they hid. Operation Anaconda, a major offensive against the Taliban and al-Qaeda, had a clear objective. This strategic move was an answer to the September 11th attacks, a sharp turn in focus towards eliminating al-Qaeda and its leader, Osama bin Laden, suspected to be in Afghanistan under Taliban protection. The specific goal of Operation Anaconda was to root out al-Qaeda and Taliban fighters, specifically in the Shah-i-Kot Valley, located in eastern Afghanistan. The valley was a stronghold for these groups, and disrupting their operations there would be a significant blow. The operation was a calculated move, designed to dismantle the entrenched enemy forces and clear the path for stability in the region. These were not just arbitrary targets. The Shah-i-Kot Valley was a pivotal location, a strategic stronghold that the coalition forces needed to control. The mission was clear, the enemy was known, and the stakes were high. With the stage set, the coalition forces were ready to implement their plan. A coalition of international forces joined hands to execute Operation Anaconda. This operation was a testament to global unity against the threat of terror, bringing together an unprecedented coalition of forces from around the globe. The backbone of this international coalition was formed by the United States. The American troops were the main driving force of the operation, with their advanced equipment and superior numbers leading the charge. Joining the Americans were troops from Australia. The Australian Special Forces played a crucial role in providing assistance with intelligence, reconnaissance, and direct action capabilities. Their contribution was essential in the successful execution of the operation. The United Kingdom also lent their support to the operation. British Royal Marines were deployed in the operation, their expertise in mountain warfare vital in the rugged terrain of the Shah-i-Kot Valley. Their collective presence underscored the global commitment to combating terrorism and promoting peace. Through shared resources and coordinated efforts, they demonstrated the effectiveness of international cooperation in addressing security challenges. Together, they exemplified the strength derived from diversity and unity in pursuit of a safer world. Each nation brought unique strengths and capabilities to the table. Afghan forces were also an integral part of the operation. Their knowledge of the local terrain and insight into the enemy's tactics proved invaluable. This international coalition was not just a military alliance, but a symbol of global determination to combat terror. However, the coalition was not without opposition. Facing them were the entrenched forces of the Taliban, al-Qaeda, and the Islamic movement of Uzbekistan. These adversaries had fortified their positions in the rugged Shah-i-Kot valley and were prepared to fight fiercely. The Taliban and al-Qaeda, led by Osama bin Laden, were the primary targets of the operation. These groups had been causing havoc in the region for many years and were suspected of harboring the mastermind behind the September 11th attacks. In addition to these groups, the Islamic movement of Uzbekistan, a militant group aiming to establish an Islamic state in Uzbekistan, also joined the fight against the coalition. In the face of such formidable adversaries, the bravery and determination of the coalition forces were truly commendable. The stage was set for a battle that would go down in history as a significant milestone in the global fight against terror. On March 2, 2002, Operation Anaconda was launched, marking the start of a fierce 16-day battle. The multinational coalition united in the Shah-i-Kot Valley with a singular aim, combining their strengths to confront al-Qaeda, the Taliban, and the Islamic movement of Uzbekistan. Through coordinated strategies and joint operations, they pursued victory while striving to maintain peace and stability in the region. This collaboration showcased the power of global teamwork and solidarity in tackling complex challenges. The operation began with approximately 1,700 US troops being airlifted into the valley. Alongside them, 1,000 pro-government Afghan militia, armed and ready for the battle against an estimated 300 to 1,000 enemy fighters. The stage was set, the actors in position, and the battle was about to unfold. The terrain was challenging, to say the least. The Shah-i-Kot Valley and the Arma Mountains southeast of Zormat had high ridges and deep caves, perfect for the enemy to dig in and defend. The Taliban and al-Qaeda forces exploited these natural defenses, using them to launch mortars and heavy machine guns at the coalition forces attempting to secure the area. The coalition forces, however, were not deterred. They pushed forward, determined to fulfill their mission. They faced heavy resistance, with the enemy exploiting the rugged terrain to their advantage. The battle was intense, and the stakes were high. As the coalition forces advanced, they were met with a new challenge. Afghan Taliban commander Maulavi Saif-ur-Rahman Mansour had led Taliban reinforcements into the field. The battle was far from over, and the coalition forces knew they had to fight harder than ever. Despite the enemy's numbers and the challenging terrain, the coalition forces remained undeterred. They advanced, pushing the enemy back, inch by inch, foot by foot. The battle raged on, day and night, for 16 long days. The coalition forces, however, were relentless. They continued to push forward, braving enemy fire and the harsh terrain. The enemy was formidable, but they were determined to fulfill their mission. Finally, after 16 days of intense fighting, the enemy began to retreat. The coalition forces had proven too strong, too determined. They had weathered the storm and emerged victorious. The enemy had been pushed back, their stronghold in the Shah-i-Kot Valley broken. The battle was over. The coalition forces had achieved their objective. They had rooted out the enemy, securing the Shah-i-Kot Valley and dealing a significant blow to the Taliban and al-Qaeda forces. Despite the rugged terrain and heavy resistance, the coalition forces persisted, pushing the enemy back. The Battle of Shah-i-Kot was a testament to the determination and resilience of the coalition forces. They had faced a formidable enemy in a challenging terrain, and they had emerged victorious. Operation Anaconda was more than just a battle. It marked a turning point in the war in Afghanistan. This operation represented the first major direct combat involving US forces in a theater that was to become all too familiar in the years to come. The significance of Operation Anaconda lies in its scope and ambition. This was no small engagement. but a large-scale operation involving troops from several countries. It was a clear statement that the coalition forces were not just there to provide support, but to take an active role in the fight against the Taliban and al-Qaeda. The operation was not without its challenges. The rugged terrain of the Shah-i-Kot Valley, the entrenched enemy positions, and the fierce resistance of the Taliban and al-Qaeda fighters all posed significant obstacles. However, the coalition forces demonstrated resilience, tenacity, and a commitment to their mission. The victory at Shah-i-Kot was a significant blow to the enemy. The Taliban and al-Qaeda suffered heavy casualties and were forced to retreat. This demonstrated to the world that these terrorist groups could be defeated, and it energized the ongoing efforts to stabilize Afghanistan. But perhaps the most significant aspect of Operation Anaconda was the message it sent. It was a clear statement that the international community was united in its determination to combat terrorism, and that there would be no safe haven for those who sought to spread fear and violence. In a broader sense, Operation Anaconda highlighted the complexities of modern warfare. It showed that victory on the battlefield is not just about superior firepower, but also about intelligence, strategy, and the ability to adapt to challenging situations. The victory also underscored the importance of international cooperation in the fight against terrorism. The operation was a joint effort involving several countries, demonstrating that unity and collaboration are crucial in dealing with global threats. In the end, Operation Anaconda was more than just a battle. It was a statement of intent, a demonstration of resolve, and a significant step forward in the global fight against terrorism. The success of Operation Anaconda signaled a significant blow to the Taliban and al-Qaeda. Within the broader Operation Anaconda, one event stands out for its tragic cost: the Battle of Takur Ghar. This incident, taking place on March 4, 2002, remains etched in the annals of military history for its high human cost. The Battle of Takur Ghar unfolded in the early morning hours, during a mission to establish an observation post atop the mountain of the same name. A team of US Navy SEALs was tasked with this mission, but the operation took a tragic turn when their helicopter came under heavy fire from entrenched al-Qaeda fighters. In the ensuing chaos, Petty Officer First Class Neil Roberts fell from the helicopter, which was forced to make an emergency landing several miles away. A quick reaction force, composed of Army Rangers, was dispatched to rescue Roberts. However, they too came under intense enemy fire, resulting in the loss of 7 more American lives. As the battle raged on, the American forces fought with unwavering courage and determination. Despite the formidable resistance from the al-Qaeda fighters, the US forces managed to secure the mountaintop by the end of the day. The Battle of Takur Ghar vividly illustrated the perils confronted by military personnel in times of conflict. The harsh terrain, intense enemy fire, and the urgency of the rescue mission created a situation that tested the mettle of the US forces involved. Yet, amidst the tragedy, stories of valor and bravery emerged. The courage of the US forces in the face of overwhelming odds serves as a testament to their commitment and dedication. Their sacrifice is a constant reminder of the human cost of war. It underscores the enduring truth that behind every military operation, there are individuals who put their lives on the line in the pursuit of peace and security. It reminds us that the cost of freedom is often paid in the currency of human lives. Operation Anaconda was a pivotal moment in the war in Afghanistan, demonstrating the resolve of the coalition forces. This operation, which unfolded in the rugged terrains of Shah-i-Kot Valley and the Arma Mountains, was a significant turning point in the war in Afghanistan, underlining the steely resolve of the coalition forces to dismantle the terror networks. The objective was clear: to root out al-Qaeda and Taliban fighters from their entrenched positions. A coalition of forces from around the globe, including the United States, Australia, Afghanistan, United Kingdom, Canada, Germany, France, Norway, Netherlands, Denmark, and New Zealand, took part in this operation. The battle, which raged on from the 2nd to the 18th of March 2002, saw approximately 1,700 US troops airlifted into the combat zone and 1,000 pro-government Afghan militia pitted against 300 to 1,000 al-Qaeda and Taliban fighters. The adversaries, using the natural defenses of the caves and ridges, fired mortars and heavy machine guns at the coalition forces, leading to intense and fierce combat. However, despite the challenging terrain and the entrenched positions of the enemy, the coalition forces emerged victorious. The Taliban forces had to evacuate, having suffered heavy casualties. The victory marked the first time a substantial number of US forces were directly involved in combat activities in Afghanistan, setting a precedent for future military operations. However, victory didn't come without a cost. The Battle of Takur Ghar, a tragic incident during the operation, saw the loss of 8 American lives, including a US Navy SEAL. This incident is a stark reminder of the sacrifices made by those involved in the operation. In essence, Operation Anaconda was more than just a military operation. It was a statement of intent, a demonstration of the coalition forces' determination to combat terror. It was a pivotal moment, not just in the war in Afghanistan, but in the global fight against terrorism. The bravery, sacrifice, and determination of those involved in Operation Anaconda remain etched in history, a testament to their unwavering commitment to combating terror. The lessons learned from this operation continue to influence military strategies, reminding us of the courage and resolve of those who put their lives on the line in the pursuit of peace. Operation Anaconda serves as a reminder that the fight against terror is a collective one, requiring unity, courage, and unwavering determination. And while the operation is over, the spirit of Operation Anaconda, the spirit of unity, bravery, and determination, lives on. So as we conclude, let us remember Operation Anaconda not just as a military operation, but as a testament to the human spirit's resilience in the face of adversity. The bravery, sacrifice, and determination of those involved in Operation Anaconda remain etched in history, a testament to their unwavering commitment to combating terror.